Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to another evening of Livewire 95.7 FM and LiveWireRadio.com. And you know who I be, DP, alongside
J Star.
Yes, I am. Shawnee B is supposed to be inside of the studio, but where's Shawnee B? No one knows.
Maybe he's trying to go defend Tamale.
That used to be his boy.
Yeah, man, it is his boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he took a different stance on it right now based upon everything that's going on.
Yep.
So yes, Star, what happened? What you been looking at in the news right now?
Yo, man, I'm very, very upset, man. Like so upset because reason is Tamale.
Yeah.
Not one of my favorite artists,
right?
But one of my artists that I would love to see one day
strive.
Yeah, because he's been in the game for a long time, almost more than 10 years.
And he's talented.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was one of the persons that said to Shawnee that, which really likes.
Yeah. That was his artist. You could have said nothing about him, right?
Yeah. So. Even the other day, I don't know if you remember when I mentioned in the group chat.
Yeah.
I said, with the song that Tamale just put out.
Right. The one with him and all the artists.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a good song. It is a good song.
But that song that he just put out.
Yeah.
It's time for him to shine.
Yeah.
I said that in the group.
Yeah.
At least 2-3 days ago.
Yeah.
Or less.
Yeah.
And then to see him in this place again.
Yeah.
Is very disappointing. I'm very disappointed in Tamale. You need to get your shit together. You can't. You already made the mistake. No. But if you get a next chance, right? He needs to get his shit together.
How do we get another chance? Because here's the problem with what Tamale is facing right now. So Tamale was picked up with a weapon, right? And when he got picked up with the weapon, most likely, and I think it was a very smart move on the JDF and the JCF, the Jamaica Consolidated Force. I think they made a very, very smart decision, because what happened is they picked him up on the gun charge, right? And most likely, and Tamale should know this. If he didn't, then he's more naive or he's more foolish than I think. Tamale should know, if you get a gun, unless you're buying that gun clean from the US, where it doesn't have, the Jamaican ballistic is not going to line up with US ballistic. Very rarely that, but unless you get it clean, where it comes in and nobody ever touched that gun except for you and you have it. So even if they pick you up on the gun charge, you know that, okay, this gun never shoot somebody, never kill nobody. So when they pick you up on that charge, you get your time. Like we were discussing that he only got 3 years, which he's going to do like a year and a half and then be out.
Allegedly.
Right. But what happened is that the cops needed to have that case wrapped up. So what they did was, okay, we are going to offer you a plea deal. Like, it's one of the smoothest thing that I seen Jamaican police pull off, because I never thought that they were capable of this. No, not that they're not good, because I'm saying over the last year and a half, Jamaican police has been showing some very, very skilled police work. However, there is a lot of things that's still lacking. And, certain cunningness, certain things that you find that cops here would do, or the justice system here would do, they didn't do. So this is kind of one of the things that justice system here would do, where in which it says, all right, get him to cop on the gun charge. So, of course, his lawyer is going to say, hey, most likely if he had a good lawyer, the lawyer is going to say, yo, you're sure, so the gun clean? You really never kill nobody. No, whoever he gets it from or wherever he gets it, he's believing in himself. If he's not a participant in those crimes that they're saying the gun commit, he's probably thinking to himself, well, this gun is clean. So even if they pick me up on it, all right. So when he plead to it, because, and I want to kind of believe that he wasn't involved in those crimes only because he took the plea deal to say, I plead guilty to having the gun. Because if I have a gun that I know that gun actually killed 1 or 2 people, there's no way I'm pleading guilty for that.
Definitely, that's why that's one of the things where you kind of question, right?
Right, yeah.
But for those who really don't know what we're talking about Tamale, Sparta. Yeah. He allegedly got caught with a firearm.
Yes.
Allegedly might serve.
Not allegedly. It's proven that he got caught with a firearm.
Well,
and
yes, he did.
And he pled guilty to that.
Well, yes, he did. He did get caught with a firearm, and he may be serving at least 3 years. Maybe not, because of course they're gonna keep doing the investigation.
But it's gonna be more than.
But like overall, like I just said, I'm very, very disappointed.
It's disappointing.
Very disappointed because it's like we talk about in other episode that these artists don't have no type of management of leadership of anything of giving them any sense of direction in terms of listen, you have to stay away from these things.
Right.
Unless they just like to be locked up and they feel like it's cool to go to jail. Unless that's what it's a thing. Family thing. Hey, fine, enjoy your life. Go to jail.
No. Here's the thing. It's a thing to these guys. And Shawnee B had made a point in one episode we did where he says Jamaica is the only place that you see people that regress instead of progress, because you find that somebody start making money and start making putting themselves in a certain light, and then they regress to get involved in violence and crime and start doing crime and putting your whole future in jeopardy. I'll say this over and over. A lot of people I have, and we probably should have brought a couple of people call in, but anyway. I've said this over and over about Cartel, where the situation that he found himself in, and I thought that he was a person that could have made so much difference in Jamaica's culture and dancehall scene and ghetto youth life. See, I keep hearing people, because I heard a guy Hype sent me a video, and I think the guy is CJ or something like that that does his thing, and I was offended by the way he was talking. And the reason why I was offended, because he's basically making Tommy Lee the victim, or making and saying, well, boy, them always after ghetto youth and stuff. And I'm thinking to myself, like, brother, let's really look at this thing for what it is. Jamaica is being torn apart by the crime and violence and the kind of music where people like Tommy Lee, who had choices. It ain't, look here, to forget a bus, you could have went say certain things. Tommy Lee bus.
Yes.
Tommy Lee don't have to get a bus anymore.
Let me tell you something.
Tommy Lee bus.
The thing is, right, what is very upsetting, and what these guys, when I say they don't have no type of leadership, right? This is why I'm saying this. When you look at Beatty Man, right? Why Beatty Man is so huge, right? No matter where you go, because you think Beatty Man was caught up in these crime, get caught with guns and all this stuff. He was able to come to the United States, right? That is one of the reasons why I always say I like Movado better than Cartel, because for the simple fact is that I'm not just looking at your lyrics and your music,
it's your lifestyle.
I'm looking at your lifestyle, even though that you might have some friends that is involved in certain things, but you have to separate yourself, right? And Movado was able to go sign with DJ Khaled, and living a good life, you know what I mean? But these artists, it seems like they're just stuck in Jamaica, and only the music is only getting so far. It's not going nowhere else.
Listen, I heard a vlogger said, and he said it many times. He says, pick a side and stay there. Problem with these artists is that they can't pick a side and stay there. Do you want to be a gunman or you want to be an artist? It's a difference. If you want to be an artist and you work at your art, you make your music, and you go out there, you promote your music, and you stay away from certain things. Tommy Lee was picked up on scamming charges. He beat that. Tommy Lee got picked up on suspicion of being in gangs and crime. He beat that. Brother, if you get through those two things, right, and you beat that, stop thinking that you're going to beat it every single time. And then now you get picked up on a gun charge. But now you get picked up with a gun that allegedly, we can say allegedly because the cops are saying that no, but we don't have no proof yet, and we haven't seen the ballistic report. And now you get picked up. And one of the things that Jamaican badman don't understand, and I'm telling them, look for more cases like this to come out. You get picked up with gun charge, and what you don't realize is that a man figure say, boy, I'm bust a shot out of a gun. That gun fire the shot to kill a man. If them only with the gun, them don't know say that gun is the gun that kill a man. Let me explain something. You have what's called rifling in gun, right? Every single gun is made with like what you would probably call a fingerprint.
Serial number.
Not even just a serial number, but inside of the barrel. When they cut those guns, no two guns is cut the same in terms of the barrel. And it does what called rifling, because the shot kind of spin coming out of the gun. And it cuts a groove on that shot, right? Whenever you shoot somebody with that, the way it's stamped on the spent shell that expel out of the gun, and the rifling from the barrel that make those mark on the bullets that's actually coming out of the gun. When them get that person where you kill and then pull the bullets out of them, they have that bullet. When they have that bullet, what happens with that bullet now? They catch you with the gun. All them have to do is fire a shot from that gun, take that bullet, take the other bullet, put them under a microscope, and the same exact cutting. And then once those bullets line up, you can ball for your mother, your brother, and somebody in court. You cannot beat that. Every gun is built with a different rifling, and so once that occurs, and they're able to match those two bullets to saying they were fired from the same gun. Tommy Lee could not be the guy that pulled the trigger on those people, the 2 people that got killed and the 3 that got wounded. But guess what happened? He was caught with the gun. So as far as the police is concerned, the gun came from you. So unless Tommy Lee is able to say, oh, well, you know what? I got the gun from J Star.
So then you gotta start snitching.
Gonna have to, because
and you know, as long as you start snitching, the 2 guys, Folks. Is Folks the guy name?
I don't want to call their name because they're really, really big guys in Jamaica that they're claiming that Tommy Lee has a too big.
So good. That makes it even more dangerous for him, right? Because now these guys know that, okay, you got the gun from somebody that killed my people, so I'm gonna come after you.
Tommy Lee is
so
in a
you
world
have to know who it is.
He's in a world of trouble.
That's what I'm saying.
He's in a world of trouble.
Now you dig a deeper hole for yourself.
Yeah.
And now you know what? Listen. Let me tell you something. If you can't learn, you're gonna feel.
Brother,
simple as that.
This is kind of a case for all the youths that take contract killing and go out and do things. This is a real crazy case, because here's the thing. He's in a world of trouble, and you're right. Because if he decides that I am not gonna snitch on who I get the gun from, right? Him got 3 people who want him dead right now. No. Him have the police them and the justice system who want to lock him up forever. Him have the person who he get the gun that probably did the crime naturally, and they say, yo, I don't want you to snitch. And then him have the people them that backing all of the British crew, because they said the 2 people that got killed is from the British crew, and most people know they were big cases. So they're saying, so those people is gonna be like, oh, so here's what happened. No, you have to worry. If you go to jail, the man then probably have somebody deal with you in a prison, right? That's a possibility. If you do make it back out and you snitch and you say, oh, listen, J Star give me the gun, then them go pick up J Star. Now J Star have to explain, and them carry down a whole syndicate of man. Those people are gonna come back and they won't know you. They will. You get the gun, and those are the people you roll with because you actually have a gun from them. Right.
So you have to know who it is that give you the.
You have to know.
Listen, I could say, okay, you were stupid enough to take the gun, not knowing, okay, what the gun done before it got to you. Right. So you're stupid for that. Now you're even more stupid. Right? Yeah. You're even more stupid now to be right around with it.
Right around it.
Like, why don't you? I don't get this. Like, I know it's not cool to the streets that you have a security.
Yeah, you have to get.
But look, when you look at these artists in America here, right?
They got
have the security.
They got the security.
The smart ones have the security.
They got you got your security. That's the first thing. When you book an artist for a show here, is like, okay, all the security detail, this is what. Security has to be there. And as an artist, you don't have to walk around with a gun. You pay somebody to do that.
Exactly.
So the thing is with him is Jamaican system in terms of how these gun trade is done is that, remember, it's not like here where you can go into a gun shop and buy a clean gun. So most of the guns in Jamaica are recycled guns. Mm-hmm. So if what happens, think of this, playing devil's advocate here for a second. What if the people that did that job and they knew for a fact that they took out some high power man? They don't want to hold on to that gun because if the police them hold it and they come outside them hold with that gun there, then it's going to be a problem. So what they do, they sell it. Right? Mm-hmm. Done, so him sell it to somebody. So some little idiot just want to have a tool, and he might say, yo, me get a deal upon it, you know. So the gun is probably 300,000, but give me 150. Right? You grab it and say, oh crap, me have a gun now, so me I go run and go do my dirt and whatever. So you buy that gun. Tommy Lee now buy that gun from her for you or whatever. He's walking around with this gun. Maybe had nothing to do with the crime that was committed. However, He has the gun that committed the crime. And I'm telling you, with holding somebody with a murder weapon, somebody going down.
Definitely.
Somebody going
down.
More
than one person.
More than one person. So even if Tommy Lee is innocent of that crime, the fact of the matter that he got picked up with that gun, him are going to spend a very long time, if not life, as what happened to Cartel, if not life, he's gonna wind up in jail, because that now that they have the evidence, you don't really need him to captain nothing. We can't go court. We present the evidence. We say whatever, and where was he at the time when it is, and you will pick up with the gun. So you need to explain this. And if you can't explain it, you kill him on them.
Definitely,
that's just the argument.
Simple as that.
That's a simple argument.
But you see, the thing is, right? Also, last December 2020, Tommy Lee was connected to 2 murders.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So who's the two people that he murdered?
Right.
Why they was investigating? They've been investigating this for a long time now. Now he getting caught with this gun now. What are you saying?
Well, here's the point. You make a good point, because what if these 2 people that they were investigating him for murder of were the 2 people that the gun actually showed up killing?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it cannot be a mistake or coincidence that they was already investigating him for two killings already.
Yeah.
And then now 2 people show up. So allegedly.
So in other words, Star, would you say, because the way I see it, I don't see Tommy, I mean, these guys, man, I can't call him a smart guy.
No, they're stupid.
This is stupid, dumb move. Stupid move. You said it. See, and here's what's gonna happen. Like I was saying, where CJ was talking about, right? And he was making it seem like Tommy Lee was the victim and ghetto youths them get fight, and he was talking, and I was like disgusted by the fact of what he was saying. And I'm saying I don't really talk about vloggers, because everybody have the right to do what they got to do. Definitely. And live their life. But in this case, when I heard what he said, it bothered me, because I'm like, as somebody with a platform, and you are really putting content out there. No, I'm not saying Tommy Lee did it or he didn't do it. And I'm not saying Tommy Lee shouldn't go underneath the ground or whatever. Let the justice system play out, and hopefully the truth and the right come out, right? That's what I hope for. But I am not going to defend BS.
No.
And talk about when because I'm my artist or because whatever, I'm gonna say, well, you know what? I'm gonna give it a pass and get to youth or whatever. It's BS.
No. You don't need no pass when it comes to violence.
No, you can't. You can't, because that's just what destroying Jamaica.
That's what's destroying the community itself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And definitely, for Tommy Lee, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, 2 days or a day ago.
Yeah.
This guy, I felt like, all right, you need a break.
You need a break, yeah.
But then it's like, what are you doing? It's like you have a kid that been caught up in so much junk, and then like you say, all right, I hope he learned from these things. And whether he's riding around with a gun for protection or whatever reason it may be.
That's a mute point.
Man, listen, you guys need to stop trying to be this, because all of his song that he sang, right? The other song that came out that was a hit.
Yeah.
Where when I said even remember this, before that song came out, the only thing basically what he was saying, the only thing you're afraid of is God and cops.
Yeah.
Right? I said in order for Tommy Lee to have a big song, you have to change up the style.
And he did.
And that song was a hit, right?
He caught a hit.
So he said clearly, it's like every time he get locked up, he come out with a lesson, and he made a great song, and then go back and do the same shit. But I think he realized the pattern.
Well, lad, it's like a little rule pit, you know. You go out the road and you just sit there, your parents get you, like, and then you say, Daddy, me nah do it again. And then tomorrow you say,
listen, I think Tommy Lee is setting up himself to shoot off in terms of being the greatest artist, because like I said, every time he get locked
he's
up,
not coming out now.
No, but listen, maybe that 3 years he might spend, he may come out with a album that is like crazy, because every time he get locked up, he come out with a banger.
Hold up,
like 2 songs and then the other song. What did he say?
The one with no. See, in the song that he did,
he said he don't do things.
He just basically he's an artist.
He's an artist. He don't do things for like,
and that's a good message to put out there.
Yeah, but you see the thing. But now
it proves.
And it was a great song. Yeah. And then what happened after?
Boy, I don't know Tommy Lee.
So maybe the 3 years he need to make a good album.
I was watching Vlad TV, right, and they had Godfrey. I don't know if you know the comedian Godfrey. He kind of just not clown, but he kind of imitates Steve Harvey. Did a real good job of it. But he was on Vlad TV, and he says, what Tommy Lee, when you talk about Tommy Lee, I picture what he was saying. He was like, listen, he said he watched porn all the time, right?
Yeah.
And they say, well, watch porn, he beat off, right?
Yeah.
So he says, every time he beat off, right, he's like, this is the last time I would do it. But it's time to beat off. I didn't get done. And whenever he go like, all right, let me beat up one more time. This is how I see Tommy Lee. It's like, okay, every time he get caught up into something,
you gotta go jerk off.
It's the last time I'm gonna do it. I'm putting it because I didn't go, and then he go back and do the same damn thing over. Brother, listen, most of these youths in Jamaica aren't doing that. Let me tell you one of the things that I see and I realize. A lot of youths in Jamaica, and this started from in the 90s. It's not just no. There was a time in the 90s. No, I become aware of this because I left Jamaica and came here in America, right? However, while being in Jamaica, I used to have that same mindset where, I want to reach foreign. Foreign is this, that, right? And had that mindset of saying everything is about America, right? And had that mindset of saying, when you see the rappers, them saying certain things or doing certain things, that's the lifestyle, man. You look at TV, you look at it. Then I came. Then I got involved in the music thing. I did music with Wyclef or whatever. You know the history. And then I kind of see the back of all of that. You know what I'm saying? The studio, how the videos are made, how everything. And I realized it's all a mirage.
Yes.
None of it is real.
Yep.
Sometimes a person will drive up, which a lot of people don't realize. They'll take the front of a huge building that's beautiful, a hotel, and you think it's somebody's house in the video, and then they'll go inside somebody's house, and you think that that's the actual inside of the house, and you would think, and it's not. It's a mirage. They put certain things to give you a particular image, and I think most of these guys, young men in Jamaica, see these things and try to live that lifestyle, that movie lifestyle and a Hollywood lifestyle, and all they're doing is giving their lives away, and they're playing these games. And guys like Tommy Lee, who would have such bright future, are giving their future away. You just made a point that I say is poignant. Now, I'm not saying Beanie Man is a saint. I'm not saying Bounty Killer is a saint. I'm not saying Ninja Man, because Ninja Man in jail right now was a saint. I'm not saying Super Cat was a saint. None of those artists from back in the late 80s, early 90s, and so forth. I didn't say that none of those artists were saints. They may have done things, because I know I have somebody that always point out to me and tell me, well, Sizzla do this, and I even had one guy, because I'm a big Luciano fan, and he said, oh, you big up Luciano, you don't know, say Luciano do, and I'm like, I've never, from what I know, if Luciano do things behind closed door, him really good with it behind closed door, and is able to do it without influencing people, right? Because people like me and other people that look up to Lucy and say, yo, Lucy's is a straightforward guy or whatever. I've never heard of his name in the news doing certain things. We not hear a Beanie Man, Bounty Killer, them and that do certain. Even if they did it within their circles, they did it in a smart way, knowing say, yo, them have a name and they have a brand in which they have to protect.
Yeah.
These guys who claim that them are artists don't realize that they have a brand where them have to protect.
Yeah.
And they don't care. So them do all the things. And then when the cops them realize that they don't understand that they got a brand they got to protect, and the cops them go after them like they did with Tommy Lee, and they wind up catching him always. This is where we're going to get up and we're going to say, boy, get to youths. No, sir. Me not really buy that.
Yes. So, yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is Let's Talk on Live Wire Radio. You know, it's your boy J-Star and
DP, the girls I want to be. And everybody remember, if you have any immigration problems, you want to contact the law office of Sadat K. Plunkett in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Right now, you got a new administration and there's a lot of things changing. And if you're listening to this podcast and you have immigration issues, you can reach out to the law office of Sadat K. Plunkett in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And you can check in the descriptions. We'll have information on her. And you can also, if you want to get information about our law office, you could DM us and we can forward those information to you. But it's a great immigration law firm, and they have had many successes. So thank you all for joining us and sharing on this program. And again, we say, Jamaica, we need to come together out of many one people, and we need to practice that motto on the entire Caribbean, because there's crazy things happening in many different Caribbean islands, and we're going to touch on those at different time, but we got to start somewhere and start to try to make a difference in each one of these places, because we can't, it's unsustainable. So thank you for joining us on another night of Let's Talk, Livewire Radio.